Right, so in a previous video we've made the game card component, which is here. In this video what we're going to do is add the Nintendo Switch logo to the game card. So to do that, what you're going to need to do is open Inventor and then open your game card component that you've made previously. Next thing we're going to do is over here on the left in our origins, so if I click on the plus, we see our YZ plane, our XZ plane and our XY plane. If you remember back to the start when we first created the game card, we created a profile on the XY plane. So if I click on that, you can see it turns blue. Then what I want to do is go over here to where it says plane, click on this option underneath here, which will drop down a menu. If I go to the second option down, which says offset from plane, click on that. Now I could move the mouse over where it says XY plane, click from the left mouse button, drag away from the game card. Now we want it a good distance, we don't want it to be close, we want it to be about there, a good distance away from the surface of the game card. When we're happy, let go of the left mouse button, and then you can go down here and click on this tick, OK. Middle mouse wheel twice will zoom out, so you can see that I've put this new work plane 1 and offset it from the surface of the game card. Now what we're going to do is on this work plane we want to do a new 2D sketch. So if I go start 2D sketch, move over to the work plane and then click. So that means we're drawn on to work plane 1. But what we want to do is go up here to where it says image, and we're going to find the Nintendo Switch logo that I've got pre-saved for you guys to use. If you want to use a game, you could go online and find one, but I'll have this Nintendo Switch one in a folder for you guys to use. The teacher will put the location of the file on the board, which will make it easier. So I find the image that I've saved onto my computer, open it, and then I'm just going to click once to place that image. Now you can see that I still have the option to add that image again, but I don't want to. I'm going to hit escape, and then I'm going to press the mouse wheel twice so it zooms out. Now you can see that if I click on this image and drag it to the side, it's a lot bigger than the game card. So if I click on the image, go down here to this bottom right hand corner, I can then make this image smaller by holding down the left mouse click button and dragging inwards. So I'm going to make it a lot smaller, click it, drag it up and sit it next to the game card, and then we're going to use that middle mouse wheel, click it twice, and that'll zoom in. I'm then going to need to move this image over the game card, and then I'm going to need to use this bottom corner here to make it smaller again until I'm happy. So if I use the middle mouse wheel twice, until I'm happy that it's inside this inner rectangle. So if you see the inner rectangle that, if you remember, were cut into the face of the game card, we want the image to be a bit smaller than that inner rectangle. Then you want to position it into the middle of the rectangle. Once you're happy it's in the right position, you could finish the sketch. So that way we've put that image onto work plane 1. It's not yet on the game card, it's only on the work plane. To get it onto this face here on the game card, what we're going to do is go up here on the left to where it says decal, click here. So what Inventor's asking me is, what image am I wanting to use? I'm wanting to use this image. So I'm going to move over the image until the outside edge of the image turns red, click on it, and then you can see it turns blue. So that means that Inventor's happy I've chose that image. The next thing it's asking me to choose is the face that I want this image to go onto. So the face I want the image to go onto is this inside rectangle on the game card. Not this outside one, the inside one. Once I'm happy it's that one, I'm going to click and it'll turn blue. Then I can go over here to the decal box and hit OK. Then Inventor's going to put the image that was on the work plane, so work plane 1, and it's moved it onto that face. So at the moment you could see that the image is on the game card, but we could still see this work plane. So to get rid of that, if I move the mouse over the work plane till it goes red, just on the edge of the work plane, right click your mouse, and where it says visibility, click there, and it'll turn it off so we don't see it. We can then use our orbit tool to move the game card around, and you can see that the Nintendo Switch logo is now on that inside face of the game card. So once you've done that, you could go File, Save, and that way we have completely finished that part or that component.